G'day, it's Heath here from pickinglessons.com. Cherokee Shuffle. This is such a great and popular fiddle tune. It's certainly one of my favourites. In this arrangement, we're going to take a look at a fairly straightforward intermediate version of the tune. This is the third variation at pickinglessons.com. So we've got two variations back in a previous lesson. So this is our third take on the tune. This one's probably a little bit more straightforward, a little bit of cool stuff going on, but otherwise some nice movement of the melody. In a moment, we're going to take a look at part A of this arrangement here in this video. But if you head to pickinglessons.com, you'll be able to grab yourself a copy of the tablature we're working through. Plus in the members section, you'll be able to grab yourself a copy of the backing and play along tracks, and we'll break down part B of this lesson as well. So pickinglessons.com. Let's start out with a slow playthrough though now of part A. We'll break down the techniques after that and have a look at how we can go about it. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so first of all, get your capo at fret 2. We're in the key of A. We're going to play out of G shapes. Essentially, we're playing in the key of G, but capo 2, which puts us in the key of A. So key of A is where we want to play this tune. What we're looking at for the melody, we've got a lot of slurs in there. So we've got some hammer-ons, we've got some pull-offs, we've got some slides. So that's going to help us out moving through this melody. We're playing pretty much in the open position. Straightforward to begin with, a little bit of cool stuff, little bluesy stuff at the end there we'll have a look at as well. So to kick us off, we're going to play in first position, so first, second, third fingers there, second finger on our melody on that second fret. Pick up note, we're going to feel it in cut time, so 1, 2 minimum beats or 2 half note beats per measure. You could count it in 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, which we'll do as we learn it slowly, but as we pick up the pace, we'll tend to want to feel it in cut time. I'll give you a quick example. So slowly in 4. So here I'm feeling every quarter note, but in cut time we tend to feel every half note. So this is the way we'd go about it. As the tempo picks up, that's a really normal way to feel it, and you'll find what I was tapping with my foot, that's where the bass would sit when they're playing. The mandolin would be on the opposite beat. So as we learn it slowly though, we are going to just count it in straight 4 quarter notes because it'll be easier. So our pickup is on count 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, into beat 1 there. Now in measure 1, this is a nice easy way of starting the tune. All downstrokes with those hammer-ons make it really easy to play. So the hammer-ons, just make sure they're firm, second finger. Notice my right hand's just playing that down beat. Down, 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 down. First note of the next measure. So those hammer-ons certainly make it easy. Just make sure you're firm. A bit of movement in the next measure. Just straight down that scale. Making sure that we alternate our picking to follow the 8th note. So down, up, down, up, down. Really important to have that structure in your playing. As the tempo increases, it's really important to be able to rely on that picking. Another hammer on, measure 3. Moving up the scale there, so from the open G, hammer on with the downstroke, down, up, onto that second string. Measure 4. We're going to shift position. So measure 4, we're going to slide up into our fret 5 from fret 3 to 8th notes. So don't be in a rush. Hold that 3rd fret, the E note, as we slide up into the F sharp. And as we get there, we're going to form this sort of double stop position. Yeah, it's from our minor chord there, the F sharp minor. So we're going to slide up, hold that 3rd finger as we form this little double stop, and then open to the 3rd fret. Open string is our transition. Open back to 3rd fret there with that 3rd finger. That's one you're probably worth sitting and practicing there. Just keep that transition going up and back down. It works really nicely, sounds great, but just make sure you're comfortable with that. So you'd probably want to work on measure 3 through measure 4, then measure 5. So once you start to get that going, that's a good idea. But let's move to measure 5, including the first note of measure 6. That's kind of a continuation there. So hammer on, down, up, down. Now, measure 6. Measure 6, we've got this sort of bluesy lick in here. We've got a chromatic passage. I really like that lick. I use that one a lot myself. It's a great lick. It's come up in other arrangements I've got on picking lessons as well. It's a great little lick. Okay, so what we have here in measure 6, we're running down 3rd fret to the open, 3rd to the 2nd, the pull off to the 3rd fret, but leave that first finger there because we're about to play it, and we're coming back to that 3rd fret again. So you can leave those 2 fingers there. We're about to change. So get comfortable with the position, that flick with the 2nd finger, but we continue. So essentially we've got these 2 measures that we have to put together. So that 7th measure, we've slid into the fret 4, open string, pull off, slide, and resolves to the G. So let's run those 2 measures slowly. Measure 6, measure 7, beginning of measure 8. Ready, and... That's a great sort of tag lick at the end of a phrase or end of a passage. It works really nicely. With the slows in there, it's quite straightforward to play once you get to know it. Nice just to loop it. You can work on that. Time. Then at this point in the tune, measure 8, we would hit the repeat. So you've got that little hammer on for your pickup. Back to the beginning. So we'll just repeat that twice for the tune. A, twice. So 16 measures there. A couple of passages that you'd need to sit down and work on, but generally speaking, it's pretty okay, other than the fact we're going to have to be playing this on fast. So this fiddle tune's always played at a fairly quick tempo. So do get to know it pretty well. This arrangement is pretty straightforward, helping us to play it faster. You've also got 2 variations from a previous lesson at pickinglessons.com as well. So they're both harder than this, but they would all work together. If you had all 3 in your arsenal, that would be awesome. All right, but do head over to pickinglessons.com and we will break down part B, and you can grab yourself a copy of the tablature there as well. I'll see you there.